do you think of lust being Winry?
What's that?
What do you think of lust being Winry?
What do I think of lust being Winry?
They asked Laura Balin if she was interested in being...
You had a reference to it.
I'm confused by this question.
Laura Bailey said if she
Could be
voice,
someone else.
she wanted to be Winry.
Oh, I think that's pretty awesome. I think, I love Laura. She's a fantastic actress, and I think that she would definitely do Winry justice, so I'm perfectly...
She also said not to tell you.
Well, you know what? You know what? When I auditioned for Full Metal Alchemist, I was still new. The only thing I'd ever done was some little stuff in Case Closed and Hiono and Spiral. They bring me into audition for Alchemist, and I read for Hawkeye, Rose, and Al.
Oh.
Winry isn't in the auditions. It's Hawkeye, Rose, and Al. And after that, Justin Cook, who at the time was, I guess, going to be directing it, he was at least casting the show, brought out scripts from the show on the spot. They hardly ever do this, and had me read for Lust. So they are Laura Bailey. So I read it for her a couple different ways. One of the ways she had a British accent, because why not? Because I like them. But I didn't get Lust, Laura did, and she's rad. But if we could switch places, that would be pretty cool.
Try do Lust.
What's something that Lust says?
Well, if it isn't the Full Metal Pipsqueak.
Well, if it isn't the Full Metal Pipsqueak.
Switched and Laura Balin did Winry and you did Lust for Brotherhood?
Okay. I don't know if the fans would like it, because I think there'd be a riot.
Good work.
Any other questions? We still have plenty of time.
He'll get
Wanna be a chicken? It's been stuck in my head for a few days.
For in Bakano, how do you like your role and how do you like interacting with everybody else? It's such a crazy cast.
Crazy show, yes. Well, in Japanese, in Italian, Bakado means like a loud noise or craziness. So it's a perfect title. I loved that show. I wish it could have been longer. You guys really need to check out this show. There's so many characters, and I play, there's no lead, really. There's no lead character. There's so many crazy storylines going on at once and how they all intertwine and they jump back and forth between different years in time. But my character runs around with this guy named Isaac, and they're both stupid. But
Like a Bonnie and
kind of like Bonnie and Clyde, but stupid. Stupid Bonnie and Clyde, but they're really awesome. And so she's just blonde and Isaac, I have a question. Like that's what she says all the time. And incredible. So I loved it. I was so sad it was over. I had a blast. There's some shows that you just know when you go into record, like I'm gonna have fun today, period. It's just gonna be a good time. And she never had like, this is the episode where Miriam loses her mind and breaks down crying and it's awful. There's none of that. It's all just silly silliness. So, good times, walking out. Yes?
Just out of curiosity, have you ever considered branching out into voicing original animation?
I would love to. I would love to. I'm a big cartoon dork since I was a child.
What series would you like to voice if you could? Like maybe like Wolverine and the X-Men or...
Oh, you mean like be in what type of cartoon would I want to be?
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Probably... I don't care. Something cool.
Who would you like to voice in Ben, if you could in Ben?
In Ben 10? I don't know, everybody's already so awesome in Ben 10. Like, I know people in that show. I don't want to take their parts. I don't want to take Kari Waldron's role.
Gwen, I can see you pulling off Gwen.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I would love to be in any show, but I probably would enjoy a show like Ben 10 or like Avatar or like something with a story, because that's more like anime and more what I'm accustomed to. I don't know how great I would be at something crazy like Fairly Odd Parents or SpongeBob SquarePants.
SpongeBob. Okay.
So I know you're an Ed and Henry fan, so
of like old evidence. What's
What is
recent? Like a spoiler alert. Plug your ears if you don't want to know, but I want to know. Pullman.
She means
No, I want to hear it. Wait, wait.
at breaks when Winry has to fix his automobile, he gets really nervous and to stop himself from being nervous, he like yells out chemicals and all that.
Okay, so he's into her too. Like where in the anime, all I can think about is like,
Save my brother. Get my arm back.
He's closer to your size.
I do kind of have a soft spot for Al.
I think Ed is actually taller than Winry.
He does grow, I know that in the manga.
He does grow in the anime too. There's one spot where Winry actually.
Yes, I remember. She says you've grown.
Yeah, that's why
And
you're
to
watching
adjust
the
your
limb.
automail.
Yeah, 1 inch.
Yes.
As I said before, I'm a salty fan. You were great as Excella, but
Thank you.
if you could have played any other role in Salty Ray, what would you have played?
I don't think. I remember I really thought that Rose was awesome when I auditioned, and Colleen and I compete for parts a lot because our voices are very similar, but after having done the show, I wouldn't want to be anybody besides my character, because I just love her story arc. I love what happens to her, I love what she goes through. It was really hard work playing all that stuff, but it was great. Don't want to be anyone else except her.
Okay, I was wondering about One Piece.
Yes.
I know that you guys had to start at Skypia where 4Kids left off, and then you did the game, and then the 8th movie. I was wondering, and then I heard that all the episodes you're going back and forth. Why is it so out of order as far as what you're working on?
We picked up where 4Kids left off at the time because it was still airing. So we had to continue to make episodes to air on television. And that was very difficult because 4Kids had a certain way of saying certain things and names that they had changed, and even if they were quote-unquote incorrect, they were what had been published in the manga. And Toei didn't want they wanted things to have continuity. So we would go through and record the wrong name and also the right name, so when it's finally released on DVD, it will, say Shandora instead of Loftra, things like that.
Zoro instead of Zolo.
So that it felt like it took twice as long there at the beginning. So we did that up until whenever, and then I think we even made episodes that they stopped airing. So right when I started directing is when they're like, no, not going on TV anymore.
You directed One Piece?
I did direct some of One Piece, I still do. And then we jumped back to the very beginning. So we started at the beginning, the movie you mentioned. I think the reason we did movie 8 is because it was the most recent film in Japan at the time that had already been released and that we could get all the materials for. So we did that one. And that was nice because I got to get a jump start on part of VV. The game happened when it happened just because it's totally separate. Like Funimation, our name may be on it, but we didn't dub it. Chris Sabat, everyone knows Chris Sabat, voice actor, he has his own studio. He does all kinds of video game sound design and stuff like that. So the game company hired him, so he got all of us to be in the game. That's how that worked. And then we started the show.
Okay.
And we've worked all the way up through season 1, 2, we're all the way through Alabasta now. I think we're caught up.
Yeah, you are.
We are caught up. So hooray, and pretty
Yes.
soon.
When is it coming back on TV though?
That, we are not in control of that. That is up to
That's
Cartoon
Cartoon
Network
Network.
or some other network that would want to air it. So we don't have any, all we can do is say, please buy this, but if they don't want to, they won't. But, sorry.
What is your favorite type